So, is another time we have met. I want us today we talk about edicts. And if we can define edicts in a very simple way, edicts refers to measure, is a measure that shows how variable change. Measure that shows how variable change. And we have got three main methods of calculating the index, and those methods I want us to discuss them right now. One of them is called Las Perez price index. We have, okay, I hope you have written this and you can write this. These are the prices, the price, quantity, price, quantity. Someone may ask, what is this PO? PO means price for the base year, for last year. QO means quantity for the base year or previous year. You can see here I'm having year 2024, 2025. So 2024 is my previous year if I'm talking about 2025. So my base year is 2024. The price for the current year, we call it P1, and the quantity for the current year, we call it Q1. Q1. And of course, here we are being given some items. They are telling us this is flour, this is wheat, and this is sugar. We have three items. So we are being told in the question to calculate Rasperes. I've just summarized the question because data is the key. So one of the methods we are going to use is known as Las Perez price index. And this Las Perez price index is given by the formula, the summation. This means summation. Summation means total. Summation of P1 QO all over summation of PO QO, then times 100. And for that matter, it is good we have POQO. So we introduce a column here, call it POQO, so that we can get summation of it. Introduce another column here, P1QO, so that we can have this P1QO. So POQO means you take the price times quantity. So 10 times 160, that is 1600. 13 by 130. That is 1690. 15 by 110. That is 1650. So let's get the summation. Let's get the summation. The summation. Summation means total. We sum it up. Take 1600 plus 1690 plus 1650. So our summation of POQO is 4940. Let's come to P1QO. 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 So 160 by 11. 160 by 11. That is 1760. 130 by 14. That is 1820. 110 by 17, that is 1870. Now, what is the summation of P1QO? Summation means we sum it up. 1870 plus 1820 plus 1760. We get 5450. Therefore, our Las Perez price index is equal to, we said summation P1QO all over summation POQO by 100. This translates to 4940. You divide by, what am I saying? We talk about P1QO, that is 5450, all over POQO, that is 4940, then make it 100. Make it 100. We get 110.32%. That is it. And the interpretation is that the price has increased by 10.32% during that 1 year. There is a price increment of 10.32%. Remember, we are talking of anything above 100, that is increment. So if you were to interpret, that is the interpretation. Let's calculate another index called pasture price index. Pasture price index. Pasture price index. And this follows that. We say pasture price index is given by, now this focus on the current prices and quantity. So it is P1 Q1 all over summation of PO Q1 times 100. You can see the difference between pasture and Las Perez is that pasture focus more on the current P1 Q1 Q1, but Las Perez focus more on previous P1 QO PO QO. You see, that is the difference. So now we have to introduce another column here for P1 Q1, P1 Q1, add PO Q1. There we are. P1 Q1, then PO Q1. Let's move. P1 Q1, P1 Q1. So 11 by 140. 1540. 14 by 120. 1680. 17 by 100. 1700. So what about summation P1 Q1? Summation P1 Q1 is equal to, we are adding it. Let's add. Yes, we take 1540 plus 1680 plus 1700. That is 49.20. Come here, PO Q1. PO Q1. So 10 by 140, 1400. Right there, 1400. I don't know whether it is visible. 1400. 13 by 120. 1560. Then we have 15 by 100, that is 1500. Then summation. The summation of PO Q1 equals to, we add 1560 plus 1400 plus 1500. That's around 4460. 4460. When we get that 4460, now we can apply our formula. So therefore, past price index equals to P1 Q1, that is 49.20 all over 44.60. Make it percent. Make it percent. 49.20 divided by 44.60. Answer times 100. We get 110.31. 110.31%. That is the purchase price index. The other index we can calculate is Fisher's ideal. Fisher's ideal index. I don't want to wrap this one because I will need it. But let me wrap there. Wrap there. I think for this summation, let me write it here, 49.20. For this one, 44.60. 44.60. We will just use it. Now, when you talk about Fisher's ideal index, this is the easiest because we talk about the square root of Laspere index times pasture index. Laspere times pasture index. And this gives us the square root of, I think Raspere's was 110.32. Pasture is 110.31. Do that one. So take 110.32. First of all, you multiply before you find the root. Then put the square root answer. That's around 110.31. Our final answer is 110.31. So if we are being told to interpret, it means on average, the price has increased by 10.31%. Then the next number 4, we can calculate the Marshall Edgeworth. Marshall Edgeworth index, price index. Marshall Edgeworth Price Index. And this again is the easiest because once you have these four columns, these additional four columns, you can solve any question. You can solve any question, whether it is pasture, whether it is Marshall. Now, the Marshall formula, we talk about summation of P1 QO plus summation of P1 Q1 all over summation of PO QO plus summation of PO Q1 times 100. And someone may think the formula is not friendly. No, the formula is very friendly. Just look here. The numerator, we are using P1. We are multiplying P1 with the quantities. P1 quantity O, P1 quantity 1. Denominator, we are taking PO, the price. We multiply with the quantity. The PO times quantity. PO QO, PO Q1. So, numerator, it's P1 times quantity. Only that you have two quantity for previous year and current year. Denominator, it is PO. On times quantity. Only that you have two quantity for previous year and for the current year. That is it. So we have all these P1, QO. It is 50, 54, 50 plus P1, Q1, 49, 20 all over POQO 49, 40 plus POQ1 44, 60. Then we make it a percent. There we are. Take 54, 50 plus 49, 20. The numerator is 10, 370. 49, 40 plus 44, 60. That is 9400. Multiply. So 10, 370 divided by answer times 100 is 110.319. So it is 110.32. That is the answer. As simple as that. As simple as that. For more session, you can contact that number.